ideals. It's always been ideals.
Just a warning, your mics are hot.
Yeah.
Come on. I don't.
You know what?
Oh,
We
I don't.
probably weren't supposed to be here. I mean, definitely was like, I don't want to do it.
I don't probably.
And then now we're here.
Zelsis, just so you guys know, your mics are hot. You're good. You can put on the headset, but just yeah.
Testing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
준비되셨나요?
네.
네.
Hello, everybody. We are joined by Sentinels and DRX. And we'll begin with some questions from the remote media first, and then we'll move to the in-house. Ravish, would you be so kind as to start us off?
Yes, I would. Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Ravish here. My question goes over to Jordan.
Hey, man.
Hi, Jordan.
Sorry.
Hey, what's up, bro? You good?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. Jordan, my question to you is, you've been an impact player in many of Sen's recent matches, going above and beyond. I've had many expectations people have had. How do you plan to use this playstyle that you've elevated yourself towards to be able to disrupt DRX's set plays?
I mean, just hoping I can go nonverbal and my team picks up the comms and then I can shut them down.
Respect. Love that for you. Thanks.
Thank you. We'll go next to Pedro.
Guys, could you guys hear me?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, thank you so much. All right, Pedro Romero, independent journalist. First off, give my thanks to all four of you guys for giving us the time for this press conference. I'm going to give my question over to Sentinels, them being Narrate and Zosis. I'm going to split it up into two different questions because I understand there's little opportunities for us to ask many questions, so I'm going to give my chance right here. And so for Zosis, obviously, it's a little bit of a repeat in terms of Sentinels reaching Masters at the very start of the year, last time being last year, in which we already know what happened in Madrid, coming out on top of that. What I want to ask you, though, is how do you kind of look at the journey between, qualifying for Masters Madrid and then doing well over there, and then the journey to qualifying for Bangkok and then trying to do well here. And so, and also on top of that, I'm going to ask this one over to Neri, but Zosis, if you can answer the first one, please, I really appreciate it.
I mean, yeah, it's amazing to be able to, out the gate, qualify for Masters right out the gate, especially considering we had a lot of identity crisis during the offseason, testing things. I think we got a little bit lucky in the offseason with our roster moves, getting Neri and Bang. Like, they're very talented players, very hungry to win. And I think being able to qualify as early as we did with the amount of time we've had as a team and being so young is a blessing. So, I'm just happy to be here, to be honest.
And you want me to?
Yeah.
Obviously.
I can ask my question. It's a different one for you, Neri.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the same
Yeah.
one.
We've seen plenty of development and I would say evolution of yourself, especially in this beginning half of this year. I remember talking to you earlier on before the start of Kick On. I got a sense of you having that development, not just as a player but also as a person, and saw a lot of semblance or a lot of aspects in that transpiring in real time as kickoff transpired. And so what I want to ask you, Narita, is on top of just seeing your return to Masters, your second Masters, how do you kind of look at your development as an individual, specifically in this first split of the entire, given the trials and tribulations you had to overcome alongside with that of the rest of the team?
I think in terms of my development, throughout kickoff and stuff, I would say before I wasn't super confident, not super confident, but in terms of I didn't know exactly what I needed to do to help us win. We were still trying things out. We changed things, so I was just trying to find my voice in the team. And I feel like I know what I need to do and how I can impact the game. And during kickoff, it was sometimes it was a struggle to do that. Sometimes it worked out really well. And I think I learned a lot just from playing that tournament. And obviously, I'm super happy we qualified, even though I feel like I wasn't at like my best form. But I think overall, like it was a very good experience.
Thank you. This question goes to Mako. It's from Tung Duong of Quang Valorant, Vietnam. This is the first time Freeling is going into a Tier S tournament like Masters. What do you think about his performance during the offseason and kickoff?
마코 선수에게 드리는 질문인데요. 이번 대회가 프링 선수에게는 개인적으로 첫 1티어 국제대회고 첫 마스터즈 대회인데 프링 선수의 오프시즌 퍼포먼스와 킥오프 퍼포먼스에 대해서 마코 선수가 어떻게 생각하는지 들어보고 싶다고 합니다.
일단 걱정했던 것보다 되게 무뚝뚝한 사람이어서 그런지 되게 걱정되는 부분이 없어져가지고 사실 이번 첫 국제대회이긴 하지만 뭐 떨림 없이 잘할 것 같아가지고 그냥 개인적으로도 기대되는 사람 중에 한 명이고요. 그리고 오프 시즌 때랑 킥오프 때도 저희끼리 이제 팀업 같은 것도 잘 맞춰왔었고 또 이제 굉장히 잘 받아들여져가지고 그냥 무난하게 흘러갈 것 같아요.
Like, to be honest with you, I was a little bit concerned with how he would perform before the season started, before the off-season events. But this guy, he's like the epitome of stoicism. He's very stoic, so he doesn't get tilted a lot. So that kind of washed away some questions or concerns that I had for him. And even though this Masters would be his first international tournament, I think he would do really well, and I'm excited to see how he would perform. And I expect a lot from him. And we really did work on our teamwork and team plays during the off season and also during the kickoff. And he settled in very well. So yeah, I think nothing's going to be too challenging for us. We're going to have a great tournament.
Thank you. Mako, we're coming back to you with one more. This is your first international tournament as an IGL. What are some of the things that you want to do differently as the leader compared to the previous iteration of the DRX lineup?
마코 선수에게 드리는 질문인데 이제 IGL로 출전하는 첫 대회인데 어떤 부분에 좀 집중하고 싶은지 그리고 이전에 했던 IGL링과는 다르게 어떤 변화를 주려고 하고 있나요?
이전에는 그러니까 24년도 때 IGL을 맡았을 때는 제가 아직 미숙한 부분이 여러모로 좀 많았어가지고 약간 그것들을 보완해가지고 25년도에는 또 색다른 좀 저의 모습을 받아들여 줬으면 좋겠고 뭐 그게 전부 다인 것 같아요.
When I took over the IGL role last year, I had a lot of things to improve on. A lot was there to be worked on, but hopefully this year I've worked really hard on it too. So I get to prove myself as an IGL and kind of show different sides of me to the viewers and the fans as the IGL of the team. And yeah, that's all.
Thanks. Zelsos, we're coming to you next. TENS was a big piece of the Sentinels puzzle, with one tournament and a very respectable result to show for already since his departure. How would you reflect on his absence from the team ahead of what is going to be the Sentinels' first international appearance without him?
I mean, I think we're going to be good. I've said before in an interview, I think this Sentinels roster is the highest skilled ceiling we've had with the potential. Obviously TENS is a phenomenal player and he's an X factor, but you know, we have our own little X factor here. So that void is filled. But yeah.
Thank you. We'll next go to William Cho.
Thank you. Hey guys, Chobra here from Korea. I want to start with a question for DRX. This is for Freeing. So obviously you won VCT Pacific Kickoff playing only Taeho, but it just so happens that on the other side, also Jun QT played basically only like 8 rounds less or something than you with the Taeho as well. So we've got 2 kind of Taeho merchants in this matchup. First of all, the first part of the question is do you think that you're the better Taeho? And the second is, do you think the Taeho usage will be the deciding factor between the two teams?
프링 선수에게 드리는 질문인데요. 이제 킥오프 때 우승을 했는데 그때 태호만 플레이를 해서 킥오프 우승을 했잖아요. 근데 센티널스에서는 종키티 선수가 비교를 해보면 프링 선수와 비교해봤을 때 고작 8라운드 조금 덜 태호를 플레이했거든요. 그만큼 이번 시즌 존큐티 선수도 많이 했다는 건데 누가 더 태호를 잘하는 것 같은지 그리고 태호를 누가 더 잘 쓰는가가 두 팀의 대결에 있어서 얼마나 승부에 영향을 미칠 것 같은지 궁금합니다.
지금 메타에서는 태호가 굉장히 영향이 있는 캐릭터인 만큼 일단 그날 그 컨디션마다 좀 다를 것 같긴 하고 아마 뭐 비슷비슷하지 않을까. 누가 더 태호를 잘하냐는 모르겠고 저는 비슷비슷하다고 생각합니다.
그 존큐티 선수 태호 하는 거는 보셨죠?
조금 봤습니다.
아, 네. I watched a little bit of Taeho, John QT playing the Taeho, but I think it's too early days to decide who's the better Taeho player. But definitely, yeah, in this meta, Taeho is definitely meta defining. So it would really be down to who's feeling it more on the day.
Thank you. This one's going to go to Zelsis and Mako. The last time you two faced off against each other was in the upper bracket quarterfinals of Valorant Champions 2024. That time, Sentinels won the match 2-0. Both of you have multiple new teammates on your team with different playstyles and roles. Do you feel things will go differently during this fixture, or will history repeat itself?
I mean, it's just going to be another 2-0, to be honest, for us. So, sorry.
마코 선수에게도 드리는 질문인데요. 이제 이 두 팀이 마지막으로 만났을 때가 2024년 챔피언스 승자조에서였는데 센티널스가 이겼고 2대 0이었잖아요. 근데 이제 뭐 각자 새로운 역할을 담당하기도 됐고 또 그리고 팀의 새로운 선수도 있는데 이번 승부는 좀 다른 결과를 기대해봐도 될까요? 아니면은 뭐 그때랑 똑같이 끝날까요?라고 얘기를 했는데 젤시스 선수는 2대 0으로 끝날 거다. 미안하다 이렇게 얘기를 했어요.
사실 그때랑 좀 많이 바뀌었다고 생각을 하고 있고요. 저희 팀이. 그리고 그때는 이제 뭐 저희가 실수를 많이 한 것도 있지만 또 센티널 쪽에서도 잘한 게 맞아가지고 사실 이번만큼은 이제 저희도 좀 다를 거라서 결과가 또 뒤바뀔 수도 있죠.
그럼 DRX가 투어?
네.
네, 알겠습니다. Well, back in Champions, 2024, we did make a lot of mistakes. That's on us. But Sentinels did play very well, and they were the strong team on that day. But we had a lot of internal changes when it comes to the players and the system that we have. So I think, yeah, it's definitely going to be 2-0, but DRX 2-0.
Thank you. We'll go next to Scott Robertson.
Thank you. This question is for Narrate. When I spoke to Zelsis after the MIBR game, he said you were the MVP of vibes for that series, micro calling for people, calling out mistakes the team was making. When did this become a more prominent part of your game, and is there someone you can credit for making that happen?
Man, I wouldn't say it's like a super prominent part of my game. It's more of just after like we played G2, we lost. We kind of like a lot of the matches before that, we came out really flat. And so we're just like, guys, like if we don't go out in the game just screaming, just being like super hype and just, vibe merchanting everybody, like it's just going to be another like really tough match for us. So, I mean, I just did it. Like that was my job and I just did it.
Thank you. We'll go next to Alan. Alan, let us know if you're there. Yeah.
Yes, this is
ahead.
me. Yeah, okay, thank you. So this is a question for DRX, maybe Marco or free for you both. So the first question is about comps. So DRX have choose really few comps with flash agent. Like you have Taeho, but you seldom have like Breach or any other agent have flash. So is there a really a certain reason that why you choose comp with so few like flash agent? And this is my first question. And my second question is, so for this master, a lot of voices thinking that Pacific is the weakest region among all 4 regions. So what are your thoughts about this? Thank you.
아무나 얘기해 주시면 되는데 프링 선수가 하셔도 좋을 것 같아요. 일단 첫 번째 질문은 DRX의 조합을 보면 좀 특이한 게 뭐 태호가 있지만 태호는 플래시가 없는 요원이잖아요. 근데 유독 다른 팀에 비해서 좀 플래시 요원을 많이 안 쓰는 것 같아요. 그래서 특별한 이유가 있는지 이거랑 이번 마스터스에서 퍼시픽이 가장 약한 지역이다 라는 평가가 있는데 거기에 대해서 어떻게 생각하시고 있는지요?
일단 플래시 없는 조합을 일단 안 쓰는 이유는 제가 봤을 때 투드론, 그러니까 드론이 두 개라는 점을 좀 높게 평가하는 것 같고, 그래서 플래시보다는 뭔가 뭐 소바나 페이드나 뭐 이런 거 쓴 것 같고, 그리고 퍼시픽 저는 개인적으로 저는 되게 높게 평가하고 있는데 뭐 다른 분들은 좀 낮게 평가하는 것 같아서 별로인 것 같고, 저는 되게 높게 평가하고 있습니다.
되게 네?
되게 높게
높게
평가하고
평가?
있습니다.
네. As for the first question, Fring's answer was, I think the benefits of having two drones overrides the benefits of having flash agents. And I think that's why we opt for more of a Sova fade, flashless comps. And as for the second question, Fring said, I honestly think very highly of the Pacific region. So I don't know, maybe those who rate us low have no idea what they're talking about. But yeah, I think Pacific is strong, super strong.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. If the on-site media would like to start lining up, we'll begin taking questions.
สื่อไทยค่ะมีคำถามต่อแถวได้เลยนะคะ
In the meantime, we'll take a question from Brandon at esports.gg.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I'll send this over to both the Sentinels guys, kind of asking for a retrospective, I guess. Last year, Carmine Core was where Narrate was, lost in the first Masters to Sentinels. Now you guys are on the same side of things. So just kind of want to know from both of you, what's the difference in terms of, confidence this year, vibes coming into the tournament, just how you guys feeling knowing that, last year you guys were on completely opposite sides of the things, with KC kind of going out early, Sentinels winning it all. This year, no matter what, you guys are going to be on the same side, whether you lose, whether you win. So just how you guys feeling heading into it compared to last year?
I think a big thing for us is confidence. Like Marshall said before, we've been putting in a lot of work and like coming out flat on series. I think that's our biggest struggle right now is our coming out first maps. We're not as confident. We're not as energized. I think that's a big thing we worked on in kickoff. I think it'll be the same here. As long as we come out firing on all cylinders first map, we'll be okay. In terms of confidence, I think we should be the most confident. We've been putting in a lot of time, a lot of work. We're very talented, so there's no reason we shouldn't be. Can't speak for Narrate, but I can allow him to answer a little bit for your KC question. But for me, I think we should be the most confident, to be honest.
Yeah, for KC losing to Sen, it's a complete fluke. Should never have lost that. But I think the team now is definitely like a very strong team, and I think we definitely have a lot of experience that other teams don't have, and also, all the teams here are relatively, I wouldn't say like they're new, but they have a lot of roster changes. Not a lot of the teams are the same other than like G2. So I think it's definitely going to be like learning experience for everybody. And I think we're the most confident to win at least.
Thank you. We'll go next to Rabia.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So my question is to Sentinel guys. You guys had to travel a long distance to reach Bangkok. I think it takes about 20 hours or so. How are you guys feeling right now? Are you rested well? How has been Bangkok for you, and what have you been enjoying the most?
Feeling like $1 million, I mean, we actually had when we got here, we fixed our sleep schedules pretty quick, so I don't think like jet lag or anything is really like affecting us. I feel like it's a bit of an excuse to say it is, but I think we'll definitely be ready for our match at least.
Celsius?
I mean, I'm feeling great. Like Marshall said, we landed very early in Bangkok and we stayed up all day and we're trying to adjust our schedules around the match time. So yeah, I'm feeling good.
Awesome. And if DRX guys can also chime in and share their experience at Bangkok so far, that would be great.
마커 선수, 프링 선수도 방콕 적응은 잘 하고 있는지, 뭐 어떤 것 같은지, 웃긴 얘기 없는지 궁금합니다.
일단은 제가 더위를 많이 타서 태국을 오자마자 조금 어지러웠어요. 그래서 조금 적응하는데 시간 좀 걸릴 것 같아요.
웃긴 얘기는 일단 좀 없는 것 같고 잘 안 나가서 일단 처음에 왔을 때 되게 더웠는데 지금은 좀 잘 적응하고 있는 것 같습니다.
Well, Mako's answer was, well, it's way too warm in here. I mean, the weather and the temperature. So the first time I stepped out of the airport, I was nauseous. I was getting dizzy because of the heat, and I'm still getting used to it. But yeah, it's definitely tough. And Fring's answer was, yeah, because of the weather, we don't really go out, like outside. We stay in our hotel. So, but I think I'm getting used to the heat though.
Thank you.
Awesome. And best of luck, everyone, for the match. And for now, it's 2-0 on side of Sentinels. And as fans, we hope that we don't see a 2-0 this time and get a full 3-map game.
Thank you. All right, we will now take a question from the on-site media.
ค่ะเชิญค่ะ
ครับจากไอเพชรไทยแลนด์นะครับถามโซซิสครับขอ3เหตุผลที่คนไทยต้องซื้อ Sentinel Bundle ครับผม
This is a question to Celsius. Give us 3 reasons to buy Sentinel bundle.
One is I don't have tens anymore, so I need help keeping the lights on. 2, we're gonna win this tournament, and 3, I should be your favorite player, so you should just buy the Sun bundle for me.
ค่ะข้อหนึ่งนะคะก็คือต้องการเงินค่ะต้องการสปอร์ตต้องการความช่วยเหลือจากแฟนๆนะคะข้อที่สองก็คือเขาจะชนะMasters นี้ให้ได้นะคะและข้อที่สามเพราะว่าเขาเป็นผู้เล่นคนโปรดของทุกๆคนค่ะ Thank you.
Go ahead.
Hello guys, I'm Solera VALORANT.GG. We ask our followers to ask questions to the pros, and here's a question for Mako. It's a question about 959 days. How does it feel to finally come back to a Masters event after a year? And what are your expectations for this tournament?
마코 선수에게 드리는 질문인데요. 여기까지 오기 900일 넘는 시간을 기다려야 됐는데 다시 돌아오니까 기분이 어떤가요?
일단은 이 마스터즈라는 배경이 너무 보고 싶었고 또 이제 보라색 색깔을 좋아하는 편이라서 되게 뭔가 좀 뿌듯하면서도 아, 이렇게 너무 오래 걸릴 거였나 싶은 생각도 들고 그냥 지금은 되게 재밌게 생각하고 있는 것 같아요.
Yeah, it took us a long time. I missed the press conference background. I missed that, and I actually quite like the color purple. So, having the purple vibe around me, I miss that as well. And I am definitely proud of myself and the team for being able to take part in Masters, but also at the same time, I'm also like, why did it take so long for us to get here? But yeah, but as for now, I'm trying to enjoy every day and have fun.
감사합니다. Good luck to both teams.
ครับจากคอนโทนจีนะครับเซนติเนลและ DRX ครับเป็นทีมที่มีแฟนชาวไทยตามเชียร์เยอะมากๆและหลายคนก็หวังว่าวันหนึ่งจะมีทีมไทยได้เข้าไปแข่งในระดับเดียวกันกับพวกเขาซึ่งในฐานะที่พวกเขามีประสบการณ์และน่าจะเคยเจอกับทีมไทยมาบ้างแล้วคิดว่าทีมไทยมีโอกาสที่จะได้ไปอยู่ในระดับนั้นขนาดไหนครับผมแล้วก็มีนักแข่งคนไทยคนไหนที่น่าจับตามองหรือมีอะไรอยากฝากบอกกับแฟนๆที่จะมาเชียร์พวกเขาที่งาน Master Bangkok นี้ด้วยครับ
This is a question for both team that both Sentinels and DRX actually has a very huge Thai fan base here. And you both have probably been, play against the Thai team before. Do you think that the Thai team would have an opportunity to be on, a international league? And if so, which of the player that you think is the one that people should keep their eyes on?
Well, I mean, it's Primi, right? Premi's tie, so and Talon is like a tie team. They're Premi's like an absolutely insane player, so I definitely think he has like out of any other tie player, he definitely has the most potential, like to be back on the stage no matter what. Whether it's with Talon or not, like with Jib Boys is also really good. Cruz as well. So I would say them.
I agree.
ค่ะสำหรับทางทีม Sentinel บอกว่าก็ต้องเป็นพรีมี่นะคะจากทารอนแล้วเพราะว่าทารอนก็มีผู้เล่นคนไทยหลายคนแต่ถ้าให้เลือกสักคนหนึ่งที่ควรจับตามองเนี่ยก็คงจะเป็นพรีมี่ค่ะเพราะรู้สึกว่าเขามีศักยภาพในการเล่นสูงมากนะคะแล้วก็รวมถึงจิบบอยแล้วก็ครูด้วยค่ะ I also wanna ask DRX as well.
DRX 선수들에게도 여쭤보는 질문인데, 이제 DRX도 태국 팬들이 많은데, 태국 팀이 국제대회에 진출할 가능성은 앞으로 어느 정도 되냐라는 질문과 지켜보면 좋을 만한 태국 선수는 누가 있을까요?
일단은 탈론 선수들도 진짜 잘하지만 저희가 이제 평소에도 태국 팀들과 스크림을 해보면은 챌린저스에서 활동 중인 팀들도 되게 잘한다라고 지금 생각을 하고 있어가지고 아마 이제 이번 연도나 진짜 내년에는 더욱더 많은 팀들이 좀 그러니까 잘하는 팀들이 많이 생길 것 같고 이번 연도 국제 진출은 뭐 작년에도 이미 탈론은 챔피언스도 진출해봤어가지고 되게 가능성도 되게 높다고 생각을 하고 있고 뭐 당연히 태국 선수 하면은 프리미 선수가 지금 되게 핫하잖아요. 그래가지고 뭔가 불가능을 가능하게끔 만드는 라운드를 좀 많이 만들어줘가지고 그 선수가 지금 되게 잘하는 것 같습니다.
저는 뭐 마코 선수랑 비슷한 생각하고 기대되는 선수는 프림이랑 뒷보이 선수 좀 기대하고 있습니다.
Marco's answer was, yeah, Talon's of course a very strong team, a good team, but scrimming other Thai teams, I think in Thai challengers, there are pretty strong teams out there too. And I feel like the scene is only going to grow bigger and bigger as time goes. I think like even this year or looking ahead to next year, Thai teams will be stronger and there will be a lot of competitive teams in the Thai scene. And Talent made it to champions last year, and I think they are a good team. And I think there's a high chance that they will make it to other international tournaments. And as for the player, I would say Primi, because he has this magical talent of winning the rounds that he shouldn't be winning. And he literally makes impossible situations possible. And Fring's answer was, yeah, I agree with what Marco said about the Thai scene growing and becoming more competitive. As for the player to watch, I would say Primi and Jit Boys.
ค่ะก็มาโกบอกว่าสำหรับจริงๆแล้วทีมไทยเนี่ยมีทีมที่เก่งหลายๆทีมเลยนะคะนอกจากทารอนแล้วเนี่ยที่อยู่ในได้ไปแข่งแชมเปี้ยนปีที่แล้วเนาะเขาได้สกรีมกับทีมไทยหลายๆทีมช่วง Challengers นะคะแล้วก็รู้สึกว่าจริงๆแล้วเนี่ยมันมีทีมที่เก่งแล้วก็แข่งเนี่ยค่อนข้างเยอะมากในอนาคตเนี่ยก็มั่นใจว่าจะได้เห็นทีมไทยบน international level มากขึ้นนะคะและคนที่คิดว่าน่าจะต้องจับตามองก็คือแน่นอนว่าเป็นพรีมี่นะคะเพราะว่าพรีมี่เนี่ยสามารถทำให้แมตช์ที่ดูน่าจะไม่ชนะได้เนี่ยก็ชนะกลับมาได้นะคะหรือว่าทำให้สิ่งที่แบบทำได้ยังไงวะเขาก็ทำได้นะคะส่วนฟริงก็เห็นด้วยกับที่มาโกพูดนะคะแล้วก็เห็นด้วยว่าคนที่น่าจับตามองคือพรีมี่แล้วก็จิตบอยค่ะ
Thank you. We'll take the next question.
เช่นค่ะ
ครับจากออนไลน์สเตชันนะครับครับผมเป็นคำถามเดียวกันกับ4ทีมเมื่อกี้นะครับก็อยากจะถามว่าทั้ง2ทีมมีจิตวิทยาในการแข่งขันมีผลมากน้อยแค่ไหนครับต่อฟอร์มการเล่นแล้วก็มีเทคนิคสำคัญอันไหนที่ช่วยคุณโฟกัสกับเกมได้ดีมากขึ้นครับ
This is a question for both team of how you mental, like how you handle the mental preparation and what are the tips and tricks for you to prepare before the big match?
I think for big matches, it's just kind of all the same of just trying to get as many scrims in as you can with the times you have before your first match. Because I think at internationals, between landing and the first match, time is kind of impossible to have any time to do anything because you're doing a lot of riot features, riot content, tech checks, and then you're trying to also, you're still a human, so you need to eat and sleep and everything like that. So I think the biggest thing is just making sure you're doing everything leading up to match day in terms of food, sleep, rest, mental relaxation and recovery, everything like that, and then just playing the game together with your team as much as possible without stressing yourselves out.
DRX에게도 드리는 질문인데요. 이런 큰 경기, 중요한 경기 앞두고 멘탈 관리나 뭔가 준비는 어떻게 하시나요?
막 크게 뭔가를 한다기보다는 저희끼리 그냥 약간 뭐라고 해야 되지? 그냥 약간 으쌰으쌰. 화이팅. 화이팅 넘치게. 그냥 화이팅 넘치게 하는 것 같습니다.
Well, nothing too different or special. We just try to keep the good vibes up, high energy. Let's go.
Nice.
Fighting.
Thank you. We'll take a remote question right now. Tyler, you've been waiting for a long time. Would you like to ask one?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. So this question's for Zelsis. I'm not sure you know, but you are the oldest player competing at this tournament. Considering the amount of experience you have under your belt, what have you been able to teach your teammates, especially your younger teammates, to help them develop their maturity and help them build a good mindset, both in and out of game as a leader on this roster?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is as I've gotten older, sadly, I'm a little bit more patient. Whereas like the young guys, when I was their age, I wanted it now. I think I can bring a lot more of enjoying the journey and enjoying like what we're doing in the moment rather than jumping all over the place. I think that's a big thing for young guys in esports to understand. Obviously our field is not very forgiving in terms of time and patience, but I think that's kind of how you can survive in this industry is patience. So I think that's a big thing that I'm trying to help them with. And I mean, they're very receptive to the old man wisdom. So I am indeed the oldest player here. And when I was told that, I was kind of shocked. But I mean, I'm only going to get older and then my teammates are only going to get, younger and nothing will change. So I have to live with that. But yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take a question from the in-house media.
My name is from Stan. This question for Celsius. Yeah, you had the opportunity to compete in the first master event, and what do you think this is different this time around?
Good question. I like that. Thank you. Honestly, I don't think anything really changes from master events to master events. I do think from masters to champs, there's a lot of difference. I think it's just kind of like the prestigiousness of each event. But in terms of each masters, I mean, the first masters there was no crowd. It was like during the COVID era, so that was a little bit different. No crowd. It was a little bit more hectic in terms of like we would have to get like COVID tests and everything like that before we leave or whatever. Whereas now, obviously, everything's kind of more free. But yeah, in terms of masters preparation or in terms of master events, I guess nothing really changes that much. These events are, I mean, we only get 3 a year, so these events are very special, especially to us players, I feel like. So I'm just very blessed to be able to compete at another one.
Yes.
ค่ะก็จริงๆคำถามนี้ก็คือถามว่าเนื่องจากว่า Success เนี่ยมีโอกาสได้แข่ง Masters มาตั้งแต่ Master แรกนะคะก็เลยคำถามจากทาง Main Stand ก็คือมีความแตกต่างอะไรบ้างตั้งแต่ Master แรกกับ Master นี้แต่จริงๆแล้วเนี่ยที่อยากจะ point out อีกอย่างหนึ่งก็คือคำถามก่อนหน้านี้ Success เป็นคนที่มีอายุเยอะที่สุดในทีมตอนนี้นะคะเขาบอกว่า Master แรกเนี่ย ไม่มีคนไม่มีผู้ชม เพราะว่าเป็นช่วงโควิดเนาะก็เลยบอกว่าอาจจะ energy อาจจะไม่เหมือนกันกับมาสเตอร์หลังๆนะคะแล้วก็ตอนนี้เนี่ยก็คือมีfreedom มากขึ้น แล้วก็มีแฟนๆมาชมมากขึ้นก็เป็น energy ที่ดีค่ะแล้วแต่ว่าในเชิงของการแข่งขันเนี่ยก็ไม่ได้รู้สึกว่ามีอะไรเปลี่ยนไปมากค่ะ
Thank you. And Ravish, you can close us out with the last question.
Beautiful. Thank you all so much. Just my final question goes over. I started here, might as well end it here. Jordan, hi, it's me again. I've wondered about this for a very long time, and I wanted to ask you this. Look, you've had a renaissance through your hair, throughout your entire time, all the way back in V1 and before. What would it take to take you to go bald, bro? What is it? What are the stakes to just take it all off to the bone?
If we win Masters Bangkok, I'll shave my head.
Beautiful. That's what I want to hear. Let's go, Jordan.
Let's go.
Thank you.
All right. Sentinels DRX, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. And this will conclude the press conference. We will be back momentarily with EDG and TL. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you buy the Edward bundle?
I bought the Edward bundle.
Yeah, thanks.
I did buy the bundle.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That was Kang for everybody on stream.